Hello Patriots, Crazy Elk 99 here, and today's video is going to be another in the series of What's on Your Bookshelf. We've got a good book here by the author is Brandon Webb, and the title of the book is The Red Circle, My Life in the Navy SEAL Sniper Corps and How I Trained America's Deadliest Marksman. Very good book. If you like this kind of stuff, I love reading about special operators, whether it be Rangers or Navy SEALs or 160th. Any of those guys are the elite of the elite. And it's not that I'm a fanboy, I just have the highest admiration of the dedication and professionalism those guys bring to their craft. And their craft is keeping us safe. Brandon's book, honestly, I started reading this a couple weeks ago. As I mentioned before, I'm not a real fast reader. It's not that I'm a slow reader. I don't read for long periods of time. I'll read a little bit and do some other stuff. I've got a lot of, perhaps too many irons in the fire. But ironically, I'm reading this book, and as I'm reading it, I realized I'd already read it. And I still kept going because it's a really good book. It's a bit of an autobiography, so he starts out in his childhood, and I'm not going to say all of these type of characters, but like a lot of these guys, they have a troubled childhood or family life to some degree, often split, which many of us can relate to that. And then it goes on to his training in the Navy SEALs, training in BUDS, and then following that, actually, let me back up. Before he even got to BUDS, he did a stint in the Navy, in the regular Navy, if you will, as a SAR, search and rescue swimmer out of helicopters off of ships. And then he got into the Navy SEALs, talks about his training in BUDS, like a lot of the other books that you may be familiar with do. And then it goes on to his time in Afghanistan. Again, let me back up. He ended up in this trained as a Navy SEAL sniper, and then he did a tour in Afghanistan, and it talks about his exploits there. And then he came back and he got deeply involved in the Navy SEALs sniper course curriculum, and his involvement there is quite impressive. Some of the SEALs that he taught as a sniper include Marcus Luttrell, and you may be familiar with Marcus Luttrell. He was famous for the lone survivor. If you've not read this book, highly recommended. Marcus Luttrell is quite the hero, and lucky to be alive, and he'd be the first to admit that. So Brandon Webb, one of the guys he taught was Marcus Luttrell, as well as Chris Kyle. And I've got, shucks, I didn't pull that book. I've got his book too. It's called, I think, American Sniper. Another great read. So a lot of really good content in here. It's engaging, and I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5, and I'm going to dock it because right at the end, I'm going to read this to you. Right at the end, he says, and you see how far along in the book is, in political matters, I've always been a down the middle line person. When it comes to leaders, I care less about their party affiliation and more about their character and competence. I could agree with that. Character and competence are important. But then he goes on, and this is where he loses me. I don't care how they would vote on school prayer or abortion or gay marriage or gun laws. I want to know that they know what the hell they're doing. And he goes on. Big gig there for me, but I'm only going to knock him half a star because to each their own. I'm just amazed that a person in this profession could could make that statement where he doesn't care about how somebody is on abortion or particularly gun rights. But, you know, again, I still recommend the book. I'm not going to hold that against him, because it's not about canceling people. It's really about supporting guys that really we owe a lot to. And then from his SEAL time, he didn't end up retiring. He ended up doing his time and getting out afterwards. And he ended up as a special operator as a contractor. And then he went on to create his own school to train people in these special skills. So that's about all I've got for you right now. The next book up, I'm not going to say the title of it. It's very, very small. So I should have that out to you. Well, you could probably read it in a half hour. I'll just tell you that's how small it is. And I should have that out to you in, I'll be done with it probably tomorrow. Depending on, I'm actually in the process of applying for a job, so that's taking some of my time. But I'll have that to you within a week. And that's going to be a highly recommended book. I read it before. Somebody sent me a copy. I'm going to read it again, and then I'm going to kind of give you the 5-minute view on it. And that book that I was gifted will be in the next Freedom Unfurled Facebook page giveaway. That'll be one of the prizes as well. Because somebody gave it to me, I'm going to give it, pay it forward. That's all I've got for you, Patriots. I really appreciate you all watching, and leave your comments. As always, give me a like and subscribe. I'm trying to build, I'd love to build my Facebook, or my Facebook page for sure, but my YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers, so I can start hopefully earning some money to pay for some of the stuff I'm doing. Not support, we're talking about, you know, $10 or $20 here and there. So please give me a like and subscribe on YouTube and on our Facebook channel, and share the YouTube channel, Freedom Unfurled message, to like-minded people. And we're not talking about, honestly, just conservatives or liberals, because I still believe in the old school liberal being the person you can have a conversation with, like the JFKs in the world of days gone by. I still believe there are people like that out there that you can get through to. We just live in such a divided society right now. It's hard to have that conversation, but if we try hard, I believe we can have it. That's all I've got for y'all. And I appreciate you watching. It's getting late here. I'm going to finish this freedom drink and get on to my evening. Y'all have a great evening. We'll see you on the next one.